Officers Training Program Law, or Republic Act 9163, was enacted last January 2002 that amends the extended of ROTC, or what we call Reserve Officer Training Course. This program aims to give students awareness and gain consciousness on what are those behaviors and knowledge that our society needs to improve or make our country prosperous. During the training program, they are being taught on how to become patriotism and also become knowledgeable about the general welfare that our country needs.
This law is intended for tertiary students in response to the public request for reforms in the Reserve Officers Training Corps or ROTC program. It was signed into law by President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo on July 23, 2002. This law was implemented effective school year 2002 to 2003 in all higher education institutions.
The purpose of this program is to recognize the youth's vital role in nation building, promote consciousness among youth, and develop their physical, moral, spiritual, intellectual, and social well-being, like handicraft making, cleaning drive, feeding program, literacy program for adults, health awareness and medicines, literacy program for children, basic education, and many other more.
There are three program components of NSTP. First one is ROTC, or the Reserve Officers Training Corps. This is the components of the NSTP that design to provide military training for the students in order them to promote self-discipline and to be organized and mobilized individual in the future world.
Civil Welfare Training Service, or CWTS. It refers to the program component or activities contributory to the general welfare and the betterment of life for the members of the community, or the enhancement of its facilities, especially those devoted to improving health, education, environment, entrepreneurship, safety, recreation, and moral of the citizenry and other social welfare services. And also, Civil Welfare Training Service, or CWTS, is a civic education and defense preparedness training that involves policy integration and transformation leadership, as well as enhancing civic consciousness and commitment of students.
The LTS, or the Literacy Training Service. It is the components of NSTP, or program, that is designed to develop the literacy and numeracy skills of students, not only in schools, and also to those children that is out of youth, or to those children that belong to the society that are needed this service.
All freshman students enrolled in any baccalaureate or at least 2 years of technical, vocational, or associate courses, they are required to complete one NSTP component as for their graduation requirements.
In the year 2001, it was enacted as a law of Republic Act 9163, or NSTP Act of 2001.
The NSTP, or which is also known as National Service Training Program of the Philippines, was promoted through Republic Act number 9163 in 2001 and was implemented in year 2002. It was approved into law by former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo on January 23, 2002.
Each of the NSTP components, namely ROTC or Reserve Officer Training Corps, CWTS, Civic Welfare Training Service, and lastly, the LTS Literacy Training Service shall be undertaken for an academic period of 2 semesters.
And credited for 3 units per semester with 54 to 90 training hours per semester.
The CHED and TESDA regional offices shall monitor the implementation of the NSTP under their jurisdiction.
And to determine if training are being conducted in consonance with the objectives of this Act. So, it also means that school and authorities shall exercise academic and administer to train, then supervise the NSTP students.
Yes, that Republic Act 9163 requires all universities and colleges to provide National Service Training Program. All higher and technical educational institutions will be offering at least one of the NSTP components, while state universities and colleges will offer the ROTC component and at least one other NSTP components.
Is the NSTP available in all schools and universities? All universities and colleges are mandated by the Republic Act 9163 to give NSTP, simply because it is a program designed to develop the youth's intellectual, moral, physical, spiritual, and social well-being. It also promotes defense preparedness and ethics of service while undergoing training in any of its program components.
CHED regional offices, TESDA provincial district offices, and DND AFP through the major service reserve commands shall oversee and monitor the implementation of NSTP under the respective jurisdiction to determine if the training conducted are in consonance with the Act. These sub-offices shall submit a periodic report to the central offices of CHED, TESDA, and DND. CHED deputized official shall coordinate and conduct spots visit to the actual NSTP activities.
At the end of every school year, the higher education institution shall submit the annual report to the Commission and Higher Education's regional office. Copy furnished the Office of Student Services in electronic template indicating the following. First, name who finished under the NSTP components. Second, programs, activities, projects undertaken with pictorials and documentations as much as possible. The annual report of the NSTP by the universities and college shall be made available to faculty, students, and general public in the NSTP office. In regions with universities and colleges having 2 or more campuses, the university concerned shall consolidate the report before the submission to the Commission and Higher Education Regional Office.